Hi, I'm Kim Perkins, and we are here at the Argenta branch of the North Little Rock Library System, Layman Library System, and we are showing the Mid-Southern Watercolorist member open exhibit here at the library. And it's the same time as the art walk, which is always good, get lots of people in and out. The open exhibit is for anybody that's a member of Mid-Southern. They can put their paintings in, and there's no jury or anything for this event. So it's a good way for people to get their art out there and to kind of, wade their feet. For example, here are some paintings by my friend Suzette Patterson, who has been doing watercolor for many, many years. In fact, she's been a teacher at the Art Center for many of those years, and she likes to take simple subjects, and as you can see, she builds up a lot of layers with a lot of depth. What I like about this cup is if you look into the shadow areas, shadows aren't black. There's lots of different colors in the shadow. We'll see blue and rust and some red and some green and some grays, and it just makes her cup just kind of pop out at you. And I like the way that she painted on watercolor paper, but then she mounted it to a canvas, so it has a nice clean look. Watercolor is a difficult medium. I've done several different mediums, and I'm pretty new to watercolor, so I can tell you it's really a tough one. And one of the ways you can see, watercolor has a mind of its own. It runs all over the place. You have to know exactly how much water to put down, how much pigment to drop into it, and usually you have an idea, but the watercolor is going to tell you what it wants to do. And so that's the one thing that I really like about it. It's that loose look, and she does a really good job with that. If you look in really close, you can see she has hard edges and soft edges, and that's the way our eyes can see things. We don't see everything in focus. So she does a good job of showing that. Here's another example, Daphne Williams, who's pretty well known around the area. She's really, really good. In this particular style here and this one over here, she's got pen or ink in watercolor. And you can see how she kind of just loosely does strokes of pen that kind of contain the subject somewhat. The watercolor runs wherever it wants to run, but she has a real loose effect, and I think that's what people like the most about watercolor is its looseness and the fact that it kind of does what it wants to do. And she does a really good job of that. And this one right here, which is more of an abstract, she's used different techniques, obviously, in this one. It says watercolor on paper, and I was wondering if she might have used a little gouache in there, which is a transparent, most watercolor is transparent. Gouache is opaque, and she's got some splatters in there. There's so many different techniques you can do with watercolor that makes it fun. And this over here, this one I really love. I love the movement in it. It's the church musician, and so I like the subject too. But you can see how loose he is, and you can just kind of see that guy up there playing the piano, and how it just flows. It's just a really nice flow. Okay, and here's one of my pieces right here. I did this in oil first. It's the restaurant right across the street from this branch, Capello, nice little Italian restaurant. And they have a table in there that's shaped like a heart, which my husband and I like to sit at. And so the name of this one is Our Corner Table, and it's taken from the outside, looking down the street, but you can see the heart-shaped table there, and just an indication of a couple sitting there and having dinner. One of the reasons that I think it's good for people to come look at art is because it kind of gives you a new perspective sometimes. Artists all have their own perspective of the world, and they'll show you what they see and the perspective from which they see it. So I know when I go to look at art pieces, different places, I can learn a lot about the artist and think, well, I've never thought about it from that viewpoint or something like that. Or sometimes I learn about myself. I'll think, well, that's pretty, that's creative, that's inspirational. I might want to try something like that. Anybody can join MSW, Mid-Southern Watercolorists. We have a website. We also have a Facebook page. You can reach out to anybody, reach out on the page or reach out on the website. And all you have to have is an interest in art, an interest in water media, and we'll take anybody, and we would love to have you. There's all kinds of people that belong. Not everybody even lives in Arkansas. Mid-Southern Watercolorists has been around since about 1970, but it's not just Arkansas. It's the Mid-Southern part of the United States. Anybody can join, anybody. And if you want to, we have a lot of different things that we do that are inviting the general public. Every month we have what we call a paint-in, and there'll be a different artist come and show some, maybe do a demonstration of the kind of work they do or something like that. And you can come and for a $10, $15 donation, spend the whole day or 9 to 2 learning this medium. And there's always plenty of people there to share. If you don't have materials yet, you're not sure you really want to do it yet, just there's people that will share and help you, and that's once a month. And then we have several different exhibits. We have this one, which is the member open exhibit, anybody can do it. And then we have a juried exhibit, which is coming up also in the spring, that you have to submit paintings to, and then a juror will choose. And that's once a year. We have something called Working Artists Initiative, and it's a Zoom call, and it's kind of like we do the monthly in-person paint-in, but this is online, and we may talk to an artist. And these are well-known artists all over the country and world even that are willing to share what they know, and they'll give us tips and things like that. So that's another good benefit. Sharing, for me personally, sharing my work in a gallery has been a little bit scary, but it's been a really good way for me to get out there and put myself out there and make a lot of friends in the arts community. And when you do that and you go to these different things that we offer, you grow as an artist and have fun. And it is a way to get your name out there and get your friends together and come look and just have a good time. Go see all the other art in Argenta. We'd like to invite any of you that are watching to come down to the library and look at the exhibit, and just be sure and support your local library wherever it is. North Little Rock Library System is very, very good to artists, and we really appreciate working with them. And so come down and support them and support your friends and do something different.